Dear men, I told you I love you too. And so this video is exclusively for you. One day, 14 years ago, a 39-year-old man walked into my consulting room dejected. He had been losing weight, feeling tired and weak. But his wedding was a month away from that time. He was the only son of his parents. So he wanted his health back urgently so he could be fit for his wedding. We got to work, we took his history, examined him, and investigated him, only to find out that he had metastatic cancer of the liver. The cancer did not start from his liver, but had spread from another source. And the source happened to be a lump in one of his breasts, which he had had for months. But because it was not paining him and gave him no form of discomfort whatsoever, he simply ignored it. But unfortunately, it was breast cancer that had now spread to his liver. One of the hardest parts of a doctor's job is breaking bad news, but we still have to do it. So I told him the prognosis. We were dealing with a terminal illness, an advanced cancer, from which he could not get a cure. Of course, he would be treated, but not with a cure in mind. He felt so sober and sad and asked me a pointed question. Doctor, should I continue with my wedding? If you were the doctor, how would you have answered? I told him it was purely his decision, his and his fiance's. But he had to make the decision with full disclosure to his fiancée. He had to open up on everything, including the prognosis. So he left. In the short period he had left, they could make babies. He could give his parents a grandchild, but he would make that child fatherless too soon, and his spouse a widow very soon. So he left for an oncologist. Earlier this year, I saw yet another person, a 72-year-old senior who suddenly lost function in one of his legs. He couldn't move it, and he had excruciating back pain in addition. He thought he had a stroke because he was hypertensive, but it was not a stroke. His BP was good, and stroke is not accompanied by back pain. Shortly after, he lost function in the second leg, so he couldn't walk at all. He needed to be carried. We discovered that he had metastatic bone cancer, cancer that did not start from his bone, but from elsewhere. And that original site happened to be a boiling quote that was in one of his breasts for a whole year and had not healed for one whole year. Aside from not healing, the boil was not painful. It was not giving any form of discomfort. So he simply cleaned it and looked away until these symptoms happened. Now, that was another case of breast cancer in a man. And the second case that I have seen in 14 years. So it is not common, right? But do you think it is worth reporting? All lives matter. So I think even if it is one life that can be saved from this information, then it is worth reporting. There are two lessons I want everyone to take away from this video. Number one is that breast cancer, although rare in men, is not impossible. Men can have breast cancer too. Number two, when men have breast cancer, they are likely to present at an advanced stage when it is too late to get them a cure. So, I'm saying that if a man sees a strange thing in his breast, he should report it to a doctor. And it is not every lump in a man's breast that is cancer. Pubertal boys that are just attaining puberty, can have lumps in their breast, one or both, or an enlargement in one or both of their breasts that feel like a lump. If that happens, it is not cancer. It is called gynecomastia, and it is brought about by hormonal changes in these boys. After puberty, it usually resolves. Another cause of gynecomastia is medications. It can be a side effect of certain medications that people take for another medical condition. So when you see a lump in your breast or something that feels like a lump, please go to see a doctor, because on your own, you won't be able to determine whether it is dangerous or harmless. Am I now saying that you should check your breast monthly like women do? No, not at all. However, once in a while, your hand will go there, isn't it, on your chest. If you feel anything strange, please be sure to quickly report it to a doctor. It is important. Where else can a man find a lump on his body? It is his testes. Testicular cancer is also rare, just like breast cancer, but it is possible. So all men should check their testes once in a month, especially when you have just had a warm bath and you are still standing. Feel for both testes. They should feel firm and smooth. No hardness, no roughness, no craggy areas. Usually when testicular cancer happens in men, it is commoner in the young, people between the ages of 15 and 35 years. So those in that age bracket should not ignore this warning. They should not think it is the older ones you are talking to. No. So if you check and you feel something, then please report to a doctor. It is not everything that is, it is not all lumps in the testes that are cancer. It could be varicocele, hydrocele, epididymal cyst, or some other stuff. But on your own, you won't be able to know what exactly you're dealing with. That is why you should examine monthly. If you examine, you know what normal feels like. If there is an abnormality, no matter how little, you'll be able to pick it and report it to a doctor. And you'll be able to get a diagnosis from your doctor. There may be other lumps in both men and women, but because this is exclusive for men, we are not going to talk about lumps in other parts of the body. Thanks for watching. This is Dr. Abosede Adegbite of Clinic Annex. I hope you like it. Please share with everybody, all the men, all your friends, and women too, because they have men in their lives. They have husbands and fathers and sons. So let's share with everybody and save lives together. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for the channel, and put your comments and your questions in the comment section or on the WhatsApp number showing on your screen. I'll make an attempt to answer your questions. And don't forget that good health is great wealth. Let's be grateful for it. I'll see you in my next video. And until then, please be safe. Bye for now.